Hey, what is going on? Need Sports Nation. It is championship week. The NFL playoffs continue, and this week we've got the AFC and NFC title games. This is for the entire shebang, the opportunity to get to the big game. The Super Bowl would be in a couple of weeks as of tomorrow at the time of this recording. Game 1 at 3:05 in the p.m. between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Green Bay Packers. That game has an over-under of 52 points. Game 2 at 6:40 p.m., that one between the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs at Kansas City. That game is a little more interesting. That one, in my opinion, has the most dynamic to it. I know it doesn't have the name recognition of the quarterbacks. One of them, obviously, Josh Allen, kind of a new name, but still very interesting in my opinion. It actually started with a 56-point over-under and actually has dropped down to 54.5. We'll take a look as to why that might be the case. Anyways, the NFC game, the Bucs at the Packers, will start there. The opening for this game, the Vegas line actually was, I think, -3.5. And I think it actually held for the entirety of the week. So nothing really changed. I mean, I guess they might have known that possibly the Antonio Brown injury was going to be the situation, and he wasn't going to make it. So I think being ruled out early probably led something to do with that Vegas line being at -3.5 and then staying there. Other than the Antonio Brown injury, nothing really notable for the rest of the game. Not on the Packers side, not on the Bucs side. The weather, because we are in Green Bay, that's definitely something to look into. It's a wintry mix from what we understand well before kickoff, but they are saying that in and around the kickoff time, things aren't going to be too bad. 29 degrees Fahrenheit, winds will be very light. Wind is obviously a big thing when trying to throw the ball. We learned that in the Baltimore Ravens when they were at Buffalo. So it doesn't look like wind's going to be a major factor here. No offensive downgrades from what I can see. The Bucs will need to possess the ball. I think it's going to be a big factor of what they do. They are going to have to effectively run it. Even if they don't run for 200 yards as a team, they're still going to have to effectively run the ball when they do. So the tandem of Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones hopefully can get something going there. Try to get them in and around that 4-yard average. That'll kind of make them an effective rushing tandem on some level. They've got to chew up the clock. They've got to keep Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers offense off the field. Have some longer, more methodical drives. I think defensively they're going to have to pressure Aaron Rodgers, make life uncomfortable for him in the pocket, but have someone ready for him when he does decide to scramble and leave. He's not really looking to run the ball. He's looking to make a play happen, even if it means it's outside of the pocket. So just because you got him out of the pocket doesn't mean you're out of the woods just yet. He can scamper for some yards, and he can find players down the field open. He's always looking to make the right play. So it's important and imperative that, I think the Buccaneers extend their drives, convert on third downs. Brady, this is his chance to really shine here. He's got weapons. He's got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Cameron Brate, Rob Gronkowski. He's going to have to be accurate. He usually is. I don't know about down the field so much. Antonio Brown not there. That could be a factor. But, there are going to be some plays that Tom Brady will have to make at some points of the game. Also throw in that for the Green Bay Packers, their X factor is obviously going to be Aaron Rodgers. Is he able to find Devontae Adams early and often? I think that's going to be imperative. Throw in the play action. Hopefully that's going to be effective for them. They're going to have to protect Aaron Rodgers. If they can give him time, he could pick apart any defense, even a defense that has been playing very well in the secondary like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So in my opinion, I think that's going to kind of be the situation. Obviously the Green Bay Packers will still have to move the ball a little bit by rushing, or else, the defense can just kind of hone in on the defensive assignments on the receivers of the Packers. And outside of Devontae Adams, I don't think there's anybody very scary on that team. Although they have some speed, the Packers don't have trailblazers. Collectively, they are a decently fast wide receiver core. But again, they're not scaring the Tampa Bay Buccaneers secondary. I think they're game. So defensively for the Packers, I think they have to contain Chris Godwin. I think he's their X factor. Mike Evans in the red zone. Gronk and Brate can make some noise there as well. They're just going to have to defend them well. They're going to have to man up. They're going to have to make life tough on Brady in order to stop that offense. This is going to be a close game. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's going to come down to the final 2 drives. This thing's going to be close the whole way. You're never going to see more than like a 10-point lead. It's always going to be like pretty close. I'm going to go with the Packers, which I hate to do, but I think that's the way it's going to play out in a close one, 27-24. The second part here, we got the Bills and Chiefs. This is going to be a great game. Buffalo is at Kansas City for this matchup. The open on the Vegas odds, I think, was -2.5. Kansas City, obviously the X factor is Patrick Mahomes. He ended up clearing concussion protocol, and it looks like his foot's going to be good enough. So it actually ended up at a -3 for Kansas City. Weather-wise, there's a chance for showers late in the game. Light winds, nothing major there. Very similar to the situation in Green Bay. Temperatures in the mid-30s. No downgrades to any of the offensive components on either team. The Bills, their X factor will be Josh Allen. The ability to convert on third downs, make plays with his legs, get out and run. I think effectively they're going to have to find, their ground game, right? And they're just going to have to do it whenever they do run. They've got to be effective. Like I kind of said about the Buccaneers, you don't have to run for a ton of yards, but when you do run, you got to get some yards. I think offensively, they're going to want to butter their bread with Stephon Diggs. He's their offensive weapon of choice. They are going to have to run it a little bit. I think Singletary will have his occasions where he has to shine, but clearly they will live and die with Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. That connection is tremendous. The reason I say they still have to effectively run the ball and possess it is because they don't want the Chiefs getting the ball back often, right? So even if they score, you don't want to trade scores with the Chiefs. So you're going to want to possess it. If that means running it through the end of the quarter, and if that means extending drives a little bit even at the end of the first half, in scenarios like that, you just don't want to give Patrick Mahomes the ball back unless it's like 15 seconds or under. So do what the Browns did, actually, would be my advice, my advice to the Bills. Pressure Mahomes, no big plays over the top, try to contain the goons, limit the amount of big plays that Kansas City can get. For Kansas City, it really just depends on Patrick Mahomes. How healthy is he? He obviously cleared concussion protocol, but how about the foot? That's probably going to be an X factor in this game because of the mobility that Patrick Mahomes displays. You don't want, if you're the Chiefs, you think about Andy Reid and what he likes to do offensively. Their play calling might have to be adjusted a little bit. It might become more of a traditional running pass game, right? So a combination of Darrell Williams and whoever else. We'll see if Edwards-Helaire will be active, that sort of thing. I don't know if they declared if he was out or not, but he obviously gives them an upgrade in the run game. They will be looking to get him the ball on screen plays, on draws, on power runs and screen runs. We'll see. They will definitely have to run the ball in a traditional sense, and they probably won't be calling any RPOs for Patrick Mahomes. Find Travis Kelce early and often. Take a few shots down the field with Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman. I think those are some of the things that Kansas City will look to do. I think defensively they're going to have to contain Stephon Diggs. No big plays for him. Tackle him immediately. Do not give him any yards after the catch. Pressure Josh Allen. Make him uncomfortable. Make him have to throw under pressure. Make him more prone to mistakes than he usually is. Get him out of his comfort zone and make him make mistakes. If the foot injury is not bad and it doesn't really limit Patrick Mahomes, I like the Chiefs in this game 31-27. If the foot becomes a problem or Patrick Mahomes gets concussed again or some kind of injury happens, I like the Bills 24-20. I normally don't do that where I split the games, but that's how potentially important these pre-existing injuries are to Patrick Mahomes in the future of the Kansas City Chiefs as they move towards another Super Bowl appearance. We shall see how the games play out. Those are my predictions. You all tell me what you think of my X factors. Let me know what you think of my picks. I'm going with the Green Bay Packers in a close one. I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs in a close one. And I gave you my stipulation there. If Patrick Mahomes stays upright and healthy, they're definitely going to be the favorite in this one. But I'd like to hear what you have to say, actually. Give me your predictions. Give me your thoughts on the predictions that I made. Tell me if you think I'm right or wrong. Tell me what your picks are, and what do you think those X factors are going to be. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Snead Sports. I hope you enjoy the games. We will definitely do a recap, and then we'll preview the Super Bowl here in a couple of weeks. Excited to do that. We've got some NBA coverage coming. MMA should be on deck now that the NFL season is winding down. We might even get into baseball here later on in the spring. Keep you posted. More content coming. Keep it locked to Snead Sports. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all in the next one.